Y'all, welcome back to Nora's World. I know you guys see my Dubs shirt on. I'm a die-hard Dubs fan. I love my Dub Nation, love my Warriors, if you guys don't know what Dub Nation is. And I am also from the East Coast, so isn't that a coincidence that, I like the team from the West Coast. But I love my Dubs. Anyway, NBA All-Star Weekend just passed, and I was going to put out a video a little earlier about this, but,
I have to really take this in, because the amusement of this whole weekend, it was just crazy.
Fergie, Kevin Hart, the halftime show, and even TNT, my favorite panel, Charles, Kenny, Ernie, and Shaq. I love them so much. And, that whole weekend was to me, it could have been better. Could have been way better. So I'm going to start off talking to you guys about something that you probably haven't even heard yet. I feel like the NBA should spice up their NBA All-Star Weekend. And the content to me that they're putting out to us is the same. Like, you already know they're gonna have the celebrity game. You already know they're gonna have the dunk contest, the three-point contest, the skills challenge, and they're gonna have the big game or whatever. So this year they decided to put a little charity twist onto the actual game, so that and I felt like the game was played more competitively because of that, and the game was really close. So I like that part of the whole weekend. That's the only part of the weekend that I like. The skills challenge and the three-point contest and the dunk contest, all of that to me was trash. Even the celebrity game, normally people talk about the celebrity game a lot. It trends on social media. It wasn't even trending. So I'm like, okay, that was trash. So, I don't know if it was a type of thing where you had to have been there in order for you to have a good time. But I didn't have a good time all the way at school where I was at. I thought it was going to be a nice, good weekend. Order food, sit down, watch the games on my laptop. It was not even all of that. But in regards to what I was saying that you guys will hear on my channel first, I hope this is the first time you guys hear it. I feel like they should have an NBA All-Star Old Timers game. Now, leave a comment below and let me know your takes on what you think about Old Timers game / alumni game or whatever. For the people who are retired and, they were big names in the NBA and whatnot. Maybe it will be something that will catch the eye or more interest to other people that have been watching the NBA for so long. There's for instance, Shaq, Kenny, Charles Barkley, and Allen Iverson, and maybe Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant just retired, but still he could get thrown up in there too, and I feel like it'll be nice if there was an old timers game, because it'll give the people that watched them in the past before they retired and stuff like that, it'll give them something to look forward to. I feel like they'll get excited, oh, I can't wait to watch Shaq, Kenny, Charles, and a whole bunch of other older players that they used to watch, like the greats that have the ability to play or run up and down the court. Just maybe if it's just for 10 minutes or something. It doesn't have to be long, but I feel like that'll be a little bit of extra spice to the NBA All-Star Weekend. Now let's get into exactly what happened.
Man, oh man. Let's get into this. So,
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is not funny anymore. He is not funny. I hate when he does his nonchalant laugh.
Well,
I hate that. He gets me so tight when he does that. And then it's you're sitting there introducing all of the players, and he was basically giving how in the beginning of a game, somebody they'll hype you up and be like,
the starting forward for Golden State Warriors averaged 15 triple doubles a season.
he's, instead of him doing it like that, he tried to do a little comedy twist to it. So, for instance, he gonna say to, he was just saying a whole bunch of corny stuff about the players or whatever, talking about James Harden. And he was like,
the person who likes to get Airbnbs on weekends, James Harden, like,
that was whack. The only thing out of everybody's introduction that he said that was funny to me was when he was
up
like,
next, we got the only person in the NBA that got 2 first names. That's his first name and last name, Paul George.
that was the only thing I thought was funny. Everything else was whack. Some of the players didn't even give him no dap, like, you know, a handshake or whatever, like, none. Like, some of them didn't even give him that once they got introduced by him. And I felt like he was mad corny. The only thing that he had on that stage that was nice was his outfit. The only thing, bro. That's it. And he was whack. Then after his whack performance, and then on top of that, before he even introduced all of them, I don't even know why, but they had all those I mean, I like Queen Latifah, you know, when she came out, and I like, you know, Common and all the other artists that came out and stuff. But when Kevin had this, like, he was supposed to be figuring out, you know, why he shouldn't shoot his shot, I guess. Like, that whole thing was confusing in the beginning before he even started introducing the players. Like, they should have did that better, because that was whack. Then here go Fergie. She's walking out. First of all, the first thing I saw was the dress. And I was like, oh my God, that dress looks so nice. Like, I would definitely look nice in that dress if I had that dress. That dress is fire. And I was like, that's a nice dress. And then I'm like, who is that? And I couldn't see because her hair was all in her face. And then it was like,
To sing the national, they said to sing the Star Spangled Banner, Fergie.
and I was like, oh, that's Fergie from The Four, you know? I'm like, okay, let me hear how she sing, because I haven't heard her sing, you know? And she opened her mouth, and that was the worst thing she could have ever done, because as soon as homegirl did that, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Like, she really tried to put an old school blues type feel to the Star Spangled Banner. Like, she did not do a good job at all. Like, coming out.
The home of the beret.
All of that was too much. And then the camera started panning around looking for people's expressions. When they started looking for people's facial expressions, son, I was weak. Like, I could not. It was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe the facial expressions. First, they went over, they panned the camera over to Chance the Rapper. And I'm like, looking at him, and I thought he was gonna start bust out laughing, but he was just looking up at the screen or whatever. Then they panned the camera on to some other celebrities, and their mouths were just and I was like, son, my mouth was like that. Then when they panned the camera along the Stephen Curry's team, and they got to my man Draymond, I was crying because he never lets me down when it comes to being vocal. That's why I love Dre, because he's always vocal, and I just love that about him. And he never hold his tongue, but he held his tongue at this time. He just did a facial expression, and I was crying because it's like his mouth was open like. That's exactly what he did. I'm gonna put the clip in here too. Watch this. Then, after that, you know, really nobody was clapping in between, you know, and nobody was kind of clapping at the end. And she's like,
Let's play ball.
let's play ball. No, girl, bye. Then, which made it even worse, I see Pharrell come out. I like Pharrell, you know, and I didn't even know the other guy who he came out with to sing. But Pharrell came out with this other guy, and they was, you know, doing their songs or whatever. I thought that it was nice in the beginning with the girls, you know, doing the cheerleading type of dance, like, you know, the dance routine or whatever. And, you know, then they dispersed, and then Pharrell and the other guy came out, they started singing or whatever. And I didn't really like the first song. I don't even remember the first song. The only song that I can remember from that halftime show was when Migos came out after Pharrell and that guy performed that first song that they did. That's the only time I was like, hey, in the kitchen wheels cook up like a stir fry. Hey, in the kitchen wheels cook up like a stir fry. I was mad hyped about that. And, you know, Offset came out. He just said his part, you know, it was mad fire. He just came out. They calmly came out, took the whole crowd, left, and then here go Pharrell with the song Lemon, where Rihanna's in it. And I like that song, but I only like Rihanna's part to that song. And when Rihanna's part was getting ready to come on, I'm thinking, homegirl gonna bust out the car and start singing her part. And I see this bald-headed girl come out the car looking like a premature Amber Rose, twerking. And I'm like, whoa. I was not expecting that at all. And when I'm saying she was twerking, homegirl was twerking so hard. She was twerking mad hard for no reason. And I was like, dang, like she's really going in to the point where it looked like she was about to break her back. And then she was twerking so hard, you saw her thong and all of that. And I'm like, son, if I know kids was watching that at the time. So I'm like, if I had a child watching this, I kind of would have been, you know, a little bit annoyed. Because it's like, my child is sitting here watching this young lady twerk her ass off. And, you know, this is like a family event. This is a family weekend type thing. So what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay? What are you doing? So, after all of that, you know, I was just done. And I just wanted to watch the rest of the game. And honestly, I kind of really wasn't like watching the game, like paying that much attention. I just paid attention to like the last quarter because that's what I normally do. Because that's when, you know, it's like, you know, either do or die. Like, you're going to either win or you're going to lose. So, once we get to, you know, once the halftime show is done, here go my guys. Charles, Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie. They're on the panel. And Charles, I knew he was going to say something. I love Charles because he's another one that's vocal. I knew he was going to say something. He was talking about Fergie's performance, and Shaq was like,
oh no, Charles, no. And
Charles was like,
he said, after watching that, I'm gonna need a cigarette.
and I was crying, and he was gonna keep going, but then Shaq stopped him, and I was like, son, I'm like, Shaq, why you had to stop him for? Because at the end of the day, y'all broadcasters, y'all supposed to talk about what happens in the game. Last time I checked, nobody starts a game without singing the national anthem or whatever. So, with that being said, that's a part of the game. So you guys had all right to talk about that. Now, when nobody says anything, when you was talking that stuff about my guy, JaVale McGee, like, and they asked you to stop multiple times. But what did you do? You sitting there having a Twitter battle with him. So at the end of the day, it's like you sit there, you talk about all these players, and you know, that's your job. That's what you do. And I'm not knocking you for that. And I love what you say about them because some stuff is true and some stuff is just like, you know, the truth hurts, so people don't want to really hear it. But at the same time, it's like, come on. You could have let Charles live. You could have let him live. You could have let him do what he wanted to do and get on Fergie for that bum behind performance because everybody else did anyway. So you should have just let him live because that would have been something else trending. That would have been something else trending and you know, on Instagram and all that stuff. And that would have been something else that we could have shared, you know? Like, come on. And then his birthday was a few days after. Like, you could have let him live. Let Charles live. Dang. Anyway, I felt like you know, NBA All-Star Weekend was whack. And me being like, I'm kind of like a brand new NBA fan. You know, I just became an NBA fan like 4 years ago. And my team is Golden State, and I will be with Golden State until there is no more Golden State. You know, I felt like the only part of NBA All-Star Weekend that I enjoyed was the game. Honestly, I really didn't. It was okay. The part that I really enjoyed was the backlash for everything that happened on Sunday. That's what I enjoyed. Social media definitely helped me enjoy NBA All-Star Weekend, because if it wasn't for that, I don't know, because I felt like it was whack. I felt like, you know, I could watch Kenny, Shaq, Charles, and Ernie all day, because they're hilarious to me. And, you know, they feed off of each other's energy and off each other's comments and stuff, so I could watch them all day. I honestly would have rather watched them than watch the dunk contest and the skills challenge and the three-point contest and even that celebrity game. Like, I mean, I didn't even watch the celebrity game, but if I had to watch it, I would have rather watched Kenny, Shaq, Ernie, and Charles, because honestly, they're more hilarious, and they have, I know that for a fact that TNT gets very high ratings during halftime because of those 4 men that are on that panel, because they keep the attention span of people from all ages that watch the games. And that's what they do. That's their job, and they do a good job at it. And I definitely give them a round of applause, because NBA All-Star Weekend was whack this year. It was whack, and it's just gonna keep dying down and keep dying down and keep dying down, because if they don't do something else to help spice this up, they're gonna lose viewers. I felt like I would have had a better time if I was able to go to the pop-up shops and, you know, actually experience certain events at, during NBA All-Star Weekend if I was in LA, but unfortunately I couldn't do that because I had to go to school, and I was in school. But I'm telling you, NBA, you gotta do better. You gotta spice something up. Do something. I think y'all should really consider that NBA All-Star Old Timers game. That would definitely be a surprise for a lot of people, and they would definitely be looking forward to that. And then pick better people to perform the national anthem. You can also, you know, consider picking better comedians if you want to do that next time, to introduce the players, because Kevin Hart was whack.
He was really whack, okay? He was whack, okay? Okay.
Bye, lovelies. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching me talk about NBA All-Star Weekend, even though it's a week later. I mean, well, I thought it would be a whole week later, you know. NBA All-Star Weekend was on Sunday. It ended on Sunday. So, you know, today is, you know, Friday. So, the week is not done. But thanks for tuning in. And come back next week for the next video. I will be talking about, you know, my what to bring and what not to bring to college. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.